Hey everybody, the Great Big Win 679 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Etrian Odyssey. Last time, we progressed through the 10th floor, completing most of the map in its entirety, and also took down the King of the Jungle, in the hopes of progressing forward to the next stratum, to which we did. In this episode, we're going to be accepting this quest, and basically we'll be trying to find the article of an unfortunate comrade of this adventurer, while filling in precise maps for the water for the 11th and 12th floors. So, let's just get right into it. So I take the request, have you? You face death every time you enter the labyrinth. Anyone who goes in has to realize that. For some, death at the hands of labyrinth monsters is the only fitting end. Our client this time says his comrade's west on the 11th floor. He doesn't know exactly where. Find a resting place for him, but be careful not to join the ranks. Being of the most cautious we will. I'll say that much, so just be careful. Nothing immediately right here, so up we go. And in journeying through these forests, tinted blue as the ocean, you encounter a soldier. The warrior is increasing his smile when he sees you, and he smiles as he greets you. You're the adventurers sent here by the Radha Hall and messing down here, no? We've been looking forward to meeting the skilled warriors who fell the King of the Jungle. You've heard, then, that we were ordered to map the corridors of the 11th and 12th floors. But with these dreadful beasts and these twisted passages, we're at a wit's end. I tell you, it's a sure relief to have help from the fine members of Izon. The soldier fizzed through his pack, producing a parchment. It isn't much, but here's what sort of my work so far mapping this floor. I trust you have no problem filling in the rest. But if one of your advances is least, the soldier will walk briskly back home. Take the soldier's possible complete map in hand to continue exploration. Yeah, it's really not much, but it's still something. So, yeah, we're just gonna be mostly exploring around, just stratum and encountering new things. This fog, this regular freaking fog, is dead. Didn't even get a chance to do much. But, there is a strat regarding these fogs that would possibly be coming in either this video or the next video, depending on if I remember that. Anyways, now we have ants. Don't know why those specifically death ants, but they're ants. And they lower our speeds, meaning they had to... they go first, essentially. Here's the stairs to the next floor. The Ancient Queen's Palace. Just spacing this down right now so we don't forget it. Doing that would be really helpful if we happen to find out anything that might lead us astray. This is the door. Where does it lead? To treasure, of course. That was like a total dead end for a moment, but it wasn't. Really should not be autoing through these battles as quickly as I think I might. Medica 4. Again, this Saturday feels overkill. Turns out there's nothing there. Nothing at all. It's the worm. It's the one that's gone mad. You gotta put it out of its misery or something, I don't know. That was easy. That's something popped up there, but it wasn't. Just thought it was just me. Okay, this strat, I believe, if we just kill this... Okay, that's biting head, that's not what I thought I was gonna do. There we go, with summoned allies. What we could do is that then. Let's wait for it. It's go to reinforcement, then wait for it to summon war. and wait for it to summon more one. And we basically have the original game's means of gathering more experience than necessary, called tree fogging. I'm not gonna be staying here for long though, really just to show off that, yeah, this is a threat that existed. But look at that experience, just by killing at least a few of those frogs over and over again. We essentially got more experience points than necessary. Funny enough, we ended up getting both item drops from the tree frogs, so that ended up going quite well. But yeah, combine doing that with a low level guild member in picnic mode, that's gonna be quite some experience. That's probably a strat I'm gonna be doing on my own time though, but if you want to be able to pull it off, you can easily do that. Not that difficult. Let's still increase your TP by a few. Let's go ahead and up healing touch. Yeah, at this point I want to up this so I can get defended. Or at least should. Small sort of suggestion, I feel like. More path up. More worms to kill. You can see from. You can see what seem to be the remnants of clothing hidden under the plants before you. You burst through the plant to find a chipped axe beneath the earth. That's a good start. Gonna help up flame. At the end of the walkway of trees stands a soldier who seems to be at his wit's end. Upon hearing you call out, the soldier joins around joyously. What a horse coming out here mapping this floor, but I'm at the end of my rope out here. I can't take another step. I'll give you what I've done so far. Maybe you can finish it? The soldier takes out a parchment and thrusts it into your hands. Oh, yeah, before I forget, my buddy told me there's a ton of pitfalls on the floor. Watch your step out there, okay? I mean that. Before you can protest, the soldier turns and walks away quickly. With the terrified soldier's map in hand, you continue through the forest. Managed to fill out some part of the map over there. Might be heading around that point eventually. Have a nail. Have an able monsters to blockade our paths. Something over this way. At the depths of the forest, you see a lone soldier with a forlorn look. As he sees you, he cries out with relief. Oh, you must be the skilled defenses that the water promised to come. The soldier speaks breathlessly as he hands you a parchment. Here, take this. It's the portion of the map I managed to complete. The rest has to be up to you guys. The soldier continues in a low, conspiratorial voice. Be careful though, I've seen something dreadful looking around the path ahead. You guys speak to Ronins, so you should be okay. But be careful just in case. The soldier quickly freezes before he can say another word. Panicked a lot, he says. Now, stop that! Ow, stop it! Nice. But yeah, this guy managed to feel like a huge part of the floor ahead of us, so that's pretty darn good for us. 6 HP. This seems like a bad situation. Food is bad. It's very, very bad. Good thing we have Ariani threads. Gum whip, stud vest, gum helm. Already better than the toxic whip that Adwina had. Sucks, but we'll go with it. Stud vest will help us defense. it'll help out Ume out. Nice, but a bit of a waste if it's just a 1 point increase. Come on. Just got here, and these enemies really don't want you to progress. Okay, send it back this way. Can't believe you managed to time that well. You see something slender white protruding from the ground. Preferably right here, because up ahead is a point of interest. You pull from the earth to see that it's an old wand. Look out what it was. Here's a mining point. Although a gathering guild come back for that. This here is a door, as you can plainly see. The Fungus face realized he stumbled into a booby trap. It's a trap! And now we're pretty far away. You see now why I located the stairs to begin with. You can see why I placed that there to begin with. That guard was not lying. Thankfully though, it's just a straight path ahead. Oh, and this is a guard ant. A tougher enemy of the earlier photo we fought, which was also an ant. As you can see, they hurt. As all enemies do. I don't want to be quite down on this floor quite yet. So let's just head back up and continue along the way. Alright. Ooh, here's a door. Door means rooms, and oh, that's a short room. Oh god, it's you! In the depths of the fort, you find the often encountered Ronin, alone for once. She notices you as well and turns to speak with you. So, you've reached the third stratum. You've come far. But what is it you seek? When Tails called at you, waiting you answer. You ponder out the question. Oof. It's there's always a question. Let's see. Hisako is pretty much too challenged to anything strong. So that would be her answer. Luan and Yesenia's would likely be to solve the mysteries. Adamina's would be to kill time. Cecina's would also be becoming strongest, and Ray was just following along with Hisako, but still wants to solve the mysteries of the labyrinth. No, it's not about it. We just actually put a save point so I could see all the alternate options. To solve the mysteries. The mysteries of Victorcell. The reason for the labyrinth's existence. You are certainly not the only explorer seeking to unravel these enigmas. A faint smile creases the harsh royal woman's face before she continues. Hear me, then. Etria was once a small frontier town, in the days before the labyrinth was discovered. But ever since then, it has become a boomtown with the influx of adventurers. What do you think will happen to Etria once the mysteries of the labyrinth were solved? When its cold stare remains locked into your eyes, as though she is testing you. You do what you must, I suppose, if you want to continue down this road. When pauses, producing a weathered scroll from her belongings. Then consider where such a road must eventually lead. If, after doing so, you decide to continue, the secret scroll of the Ronin will be of use. When it hands you the scroll, turns to leave, and pauses before she disappears into the foliage. The road you walk, and mine. They will meet again. Until then, take care. With that, she is gone. You give her word time as you return to your investigation. Obtain the old scroll. That is certainly a thing. Certainly a thing that I would like to be continuing on sentence-wise if these monsters would stop appearing. Alright, I just came back here on a fresh new file on picnic mode simply because it was a lot faster than doing it via basic. Upon the question, to become the strongest. To become the strongest. One of the most basic reasons an adventurer can give. I must warn you then. The road you walk is honorable, but should you find it take it to you the road you walk is honorable, but should you find it taking you to the forest secrets, then consider where such a road must eventually lead. If your wish becomes stronger, the secret scroll of the Ronin will speed you to your goal. A flippant answer, I see. You may as well say, because it is there, A sly smile creases the warrior woman's face before she continues. Then, let me caution you. Idling the days away, poking around the forest, is an acceptable road to walk. But do not let your idleness take you to the mysteries at the heart of this forest. It's in Etria's best interest that the labyrinth secret remains safe. If they do not, then consider such a road must eventually lead. Here, the secret scroll of the Ronin should provide you some amusement, I think. But, I guess now's a good time to head back. In the land at the edge of the continent, there are those who practice an ancient martial art. They're called Ronin, and their katana skills can beat out even our most experienced warriors. I don't know where you got it, but with that old school, you can register Ronin now. Go ahead, try it. A new class, the Ronin can now be created. Once you have succeeded the old school, you will now be able to have Ronins. Look at this mess of a skill tree. Look at this mess. But yeah, this is essentially what this quest is about to be for. We're not going to be accepting it right away because I don't plan to use a Ronin in this Let's Play. That is for the second game in the series that also has the Ronin as a class. But we'll get there when we get there. But for now, here's this. That poor kid, he'll never be strong, so he wants to meet a powerful adventurer. He's hoping to meet a Ronin above level 20. Do this for him, okay? Thankfully, it's supposed to fall in that you have to raise a Ronin to level 20, but still a high level regardless. Foolish samurai warrior. I know, that was about the only pun I had in mind when coming up with this. But yeah, off screen that Ronin is going to be raised to level 20 and that quest is going to be done lickety-split, so don't worry about that. He is just here in the background. But let's actually go over the Ronin skills in case you do want to use it. Katana Mastery is needed for these 3 skills, which are then required for even more of these skills. They're essentially skill point heavy, is what I'm trying to say. If you do want to go for one, you'll probably want to invest into this one, which thankfully isn't that far into the level skill, so you'll be able to deal at least more damage with this. If you want to instant death, you want to go for the Eye skill. Eye. Also, this is about one of the only classes that actually increases attack damage at night, blinded or when bound. So if you're fighting most often at night, a Ronin would be a great idea to have on your team. But again, I am not simply having a Ronin join the team simply because I'm getting used to the sequels skill tree for the Ronin instead, and I'm honestly starting to prefer that over this one, over this mess of a skill tree, because like you have to raise level 10 for like even at least to unlock 3 of these skills in general. Like, would you really want to unlock elemental attacks this late when you're gonna be at least resetting often, or if you have an alchemist about it at some point prior to getting the Ronin unlocked? It's definitely not impossible to use, but I personally never found a use for them, so they're not going to be part of the team. Interesting. Move to the right, not to the left. You can do better than that. Obtain 700 in. Well, quite worth as it is. It's honestly just cheap change at this point. Anyway, there's nothing much we could do out there. Let's just head the other path we have yet to explore down to. Door up here.
Hello there.
Snap! Bloodant. Yeah, surprise, that was the death trap. It's a shame, I don't like being here. That really did not do well, okay. Oh god, there's more. Okay, well, it's the death match, so... Okay, upon killed that one. Never mind, I guess we're good. But yeah, there are some paths that lead to dead ends with the Bloodant in particular. I want to keep an eye on those. That was high. Going away. Forgot you were heading in this direction, not the other way. Anyways, it's out of the way. This is room here when... Yeah, there's not much here. Number there widen. Number there widen, which means just this path. Just a door up ahead. This rate is going to constantly be at 12, so I want to be able to max this out as soon as possible. Treasure. Won't say no to treasure. And reader 2. More readers. At this point, I think I've officially trapped myself. Okay, I didn't. Okay. I thought for a moment. Coming in. That's a monster. Oh god, no, not again! Well, now we're even further away from our destination of the stairs in question. So yes, that is trapped. And now that we know, time for the Walk of Shame back. I'm gonna guess that this Walk of Shame was so an additional means of clearing out the floor, of mapping the 12th floor, because we are technically saving this for the last thing we're going to be doing on this, in this episode, hopefully. Oh, and here we have a hex fog. It's just a darker fog, to no one's surprise. Oh, but they do afflict curse, so there's that. Never then. Never then either. Level ups all around. Let's go ahead and raise up ice wall. At this point, we can fully heal everyone. Haven't here died. But yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Totally fine. Let's increase your HP a little more. I suppose we'll up this as well. Alright, let's head downwards this time. Really? Just because that? We haven't even explored most of the half. You have traversed every corner, almost, of the floor and created an excellent map. Radha Hall will be quite pleased to see your handiwork. If you're done mapping the 12th floor as well, then return to Radha Hall and sort on the result. If not, then continue to the next floor and complete the second map half of your task. We haven't done the 12th floor. We've only done like maybe 1/4 of it. There's a small mound here. Bend down, reaching towards the broken sword. A sword. You've obtained the articles of 5 by the 3 deceased Avengers. I thought it was 5. Black Tail was 1, okay. Let's just go ahead and map out the rest of the sword to the rest of my ability. Oh look, here's a door we can't access yet. Well, shit. Alright. It would be nice if enemies could stop interrupting my progress every 5 seconds. So that way the video was absolutely perfectly fine with little scenes as possible, but here we are, I guess. I'm really thankful we have hero types to help along the way, otherwise that'd be real irksome. Go force at the door here. Door's here. No, and I like though, this is possibly a trap. And it was. But yeah, there's a bit of a dent, I guess one could say, amongst one of them. What cool. Strange how you get calls from frogs, but I'm not gonna complain. It's probably go the opposite way. To avoid being gathered by the F.O.E. Yeah, it turns out there's Bloodant here. And we fall through the floor, to no one's surprising. But this time actually this is still some progression. After falling through the pit on the floor above, you sense something ferocious about you. The print and white of bite marks on the trees indicate that this floor is an ant nest. We really can tell by the foreshadowing of the freaking map, the room name. Exercise great caution as you venture forth. It's likely that many ants will appear to stymie your passage through this floor. Heckin' ants. It'll be nice if we escape. Thank you. Speaking of things, here's the room with treasure. One to the right of that F.O.E. and one above us. Conveniently covering corners of this very room. A bravant. A gum helm. Aside from the fact not only you can wear it, just take it. It's an increase in TP anyways. Never hurts. And this just appears to be a dead end of sorts. Proceeding on. I would love to say proceeding onwards, but always proceeding forward with so far is the fact that there's ants everywhere. What do you mean you immediately came back? What? You hand over the free comments articles. Welcome back. I'll make sure to give these to our client. Thank you very much. I understand why adventurers are drawn to the Lapis mysteries, but look at the things they leave behind. I feel awful giving requests like this. But your work does save the lives of many people. So all I can do is pray you'll return safely every time you go down there. Promise me you won't do anything stupid, okay, kids? We'll be fine, trust me. Yeah, this one is going to be real annoying real fast in case you haven't noticed. You might want to be prepared with items. Also because of these enemies. Servants. You're gonna want to kill these before trying to progress any further on this floor. Just bring that out there right now. Kill these guys. There we go. And now we'll get rid of some of the F.O.Es that have spawned, leading us to actually progress. Which is good, but it also costs a lot of TP, just to try to be able to get past these enemies to begin with. Takes a point, look what's spawned next to us. It's a good thing we have some Maritas on our hands. You know what F.O.E is deserved if they are basically just standing still. There we go. And with that, we'll free the map to 4. Man, it's a good idea. It was a good thing I actually found out that Killing Touch is actually buffed in this port of Etrian Odyssey 1. Otherwise, I would not have taken the skill. It is saving me from having to use Cure and Salve a lot. So it's nice. It's nice. Yeah, you're the one that's standing still. Found you, now you shall die. And you're dead. And Hisako gains a level. So now, time we put a point into what it. Nope, wait, hold up, there's an event here. As you walk through Lapis passages, you find a large hole at your feet. It seems to have been a nest of some kind, but nothing is emerging from it now. You carefully tiptoe around the hole so as not to someone else sleeps there. Let's go back for that later. For now, don't treasure. We should always take candy treasure, even if it's not as good, because it could be selling fodder. More meters! Let's go. Just in case you haven't run out or just need healing on TP, which I might need on Hisako pretty soon. Have the Luba go up. There we go, now we found a shortcut back. But not only have we found that, if we were to go back, there's a path here. You reach a hidden area after pushing through an opening into a sea of trees. The far sound of a horde of insects reaches your ears. Straining your eyes to see where the noise is coming from, you see a gigantic ant. You realize with alarm that you have trespassed into the ant's forest nest. Before to proceed, battle with the deathless ant will be inevitable. So, yeah, this is a room. These ants will not move, strangely, but no, it is. Also, strange enough, there's a shortcut into this very room. Why that in particular? I have no idea. That's a shortcut that's there. This is odd. Anyways, this part of the room. Okay, never mind. I was about to say this part of the lab we haven't been through, but now we technically have, according to the game. I'm gonna do it anyways because it's just a safe path to treasure. Obviously, in hindsight, I probably should have grabbed that to begin with. And the city is so close to level up to. And here we obtain a medical F.O.E. I figured this was so close to a geomagnetic field we could just walk all the way there. It's not going to be too terrible. Plus it saves us a use of an Oriani thread. I do, however, want to get Yesenia to level up before we proceed any further. There we go. More for Ice Wall, more for having HP up, and more TP up. So it tells me we might need to up this real soon as in the future. Samseed, Self Bow. Self Bow is like 10 levels higher, but we need more Bat Wings, and that's like on the next floor? Pretty sure it's on the next floor. Yeah, getting the bank is not really worth it. Win this one played by blowing it to the mouthpiece. We'll add less defense to me, but we'll add more TP usage. Which, frankly, I'm not gonna try to waste that. Ah, the eyes are good. I know I can count on you. Thank you for your hard work. I have pondered of late the reason for the labyrinth's existence. The mysterious creatures, and a bizarre structure that seems to have no bottom. Do you suppose the labyrinth formed naturally? I can't help but think there's a secret behind it. Personally, I believe the secret, whatever it may be, would greatly benefit Etria. However, the chieftain, he takes a different view. He's a man of few words, but he was unequivocal in stating the mystery is best left alone. Why would he be so set against this investigation before it's past this point? But I forgive myself. I shouldn't speak to you of such things. Thoughts like these are best kept private. In any event, your maps will be a boon to our research of the stratum. We'd like to present it to you as a token of our appreciation. 5,000 intel. While you're here, there's something else I wanted to bring up. Those soldiers we sent to collect data on the layout of the third stratum, they reported seeing an unknown life form deep within the labyrinth. A race of creatures that look almost human, yet are distinct from us in a variety of ways. If they speak true, it would be one of the greatest discoveries we have yet made. Could we ask that you proceed further into the forest to investigate the matter? Yeah, we have a new mission. They seem to be handing these out a lot more often. We've received word of a mysterious creature deep into the actual rainforest. Investigate this unknown life form and report back with the findings. You accept them? Very good. As I mentioned earlier, there's a strange creature in the third stratum we are unable to reach. They seem to be a humanoid life form native to the forest. We may need to deal with them. For now, we're discussing how to best handle them with the chieftain. In the meantime, we want you to investigate the life form and report back with details. But beware, for there's no knowing if the life form will be friend or foe to humans. Sounds like we got our next goal. And it's beyond the ant nest that we have discovered. I suppose we might as well grab this since we're about to get some items from the gathering points in the labyrinth on this third stratum. An artisan of Etria needs one lump of corundum or to craft the wing worthy of proposing to his love. Our client today is planning on making a wing of corundum. Being proposed with a handmade ring, it's a girl's dream. But before he can go through with it, he needs your help in finding the ore. I hear you can find it somewhere in the third stratum. Make that girl happy, kids. No, we will. Especially since we actually need some corundum for ourselves in order to see what that unlocks in particular. It's a good thing I checked my inventory before proceeding any further within the labyrinth, otherwise we'd be walking all the way back and possibly dying. Crab leg. Followed by more crab legs. More coal. Corundum. What we're doing is to acquire a few of them. The game is going to be merciful. Yeah, we're 400 items, okay. Blue wing. Medical 4. What is this blue wing? Ice resist. Totally not hitting something at all. Welcome back, kids. Yep, this is corundum, alright. I'll see how the client gets it. Wonder what kind of ring he's got in mind. Hope we get a peek before the proposal. Oh, Valerie. I'd say we're good to finish this off with this mission. Here's the abnormal plant blocking the corridors for the 10th floor. If the one hasn't noticed all adventurers, something odd must have happened. I don't know the details, but it seems to be having trouble with some abnormal plants. The one soldier on the 10th floor knows more, so ask him about it. Keep it going up, kids. This heckin' mission. For this one, we're gonna want to start at the beginning of the primitive jungle, and you'll see why in a little bit. As you reach the 10th floor, someone approaches you. Ah, aren't you the renowned Izar? It's such an honor to see you here. The soldier continues enthusiastically. I'm sure you've heard, but there's a problem with the abnormal plant growth on the 10th floor. The weeds are blocking most of the doors on this level. We looked into the cause of it and concluded that there's a monster making them grow. It's a very strong monster, though, one beyond our capabilities. Saying this, the soldier takes something that looks like medicine from his pack. Use this to temporarily weather the grass so you can pass through the doors. The monster was supposedly somewhere in the northeast. It's in an area past 2 dangerous assassin scorpions facing one another. You have to pass them to get to the monster, but I'm sure you'll be able to do it. The soldier hands you the powder, then steps back and expects a look in his eye. Trained odd powders. I'm sorry, but that's all we have for this powder. Use it carefully. If you run out, you won't be able to complete the task. So yeah, that's the game telling you, if you happen to run out of the odd powders that you have, then you're gonna have to exit the floor and head on back to restart the whole quest. After wandering around for a while, I felt like a fool. You step into one of the rooms deep inside the forest. At first glance, there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary. You step further inside. Suddenly, a vine finds around your legs. You're trying to remain calm as you attempt to shake it off, but a chill runs down your spine. Do-do-do-do. The grass beneath your feet wise as if alive, and it's about to attack. This must be the monster responsible for the overgrown bush. Now it's your chance to be a big shot. The Omnivore! We're gonna stop it right here now. Just fire. All the fires. Also bound. Tension jack. Lots of damage. But I can't bow in my head. So that's the thing. Nice miss, I guess. Right now, one of the guys. And it's dead. Yeah, I was. The bots are covered in will quickly with us to nothing. Your task here is complete. And we still have some odd powder left over. Unable to be sold for all of eternity. Now, if you excuse me, I actually have to walk back because I don't have any Arianis left. So I'll see you guys back at the Golden Deal. Welcome back, kiddos. I can see from your tired faces that this request is no picnic. But I think you'll pick up once you see the reward. They say it's an excellent weapon, but no fighting over who gets to use it, okay? Let's see for ourselves. And we've indeed figured out that not the weapons that anyone in here is capable of wielding. It is indeed an axe, which we are not carrying with us. With that out of the way, I'd say we've done a good job of doing what we needed to do today. We've mapped out the 11th and 12th floors, and we now have our next objective of finding out a mysterious humanoid life form that is moving about in the third labyrinth. But who knows, we might tackle at least one more thing before we proceed any further into the third stratum, who knows. There might be a foolish attempt of something, who knows. It's about to be a challenge of sorts, and I'm gonna be putting myself through that, I guess. Next time on Let's Play Etrian Odyssey. Chances are we might do a foolish thing, but we are going to be tackling a side quest of sorts. No correlation between those whatsoever. And once that's done, we'll proceed onwards through the third stratum in hopes of finding that humanoid life form. See you guys then!